Hello, welcome back to this playlist. Not added anything to it for a little while. Had a bit of a gap where I wasn't. Well, I didn't play any games. And so between this and the last game we saw, I had a defeat to Halflings, which was a very efficiently coached Halflings with Deep Root Strong Branch as an inducement, and the obligatory Master Chef, which was painful, and I had ended up playing most of the game with 5 players. It didn't go well. It was only a 1-0 defeat, which, given how outnumbered I was actually quite a good result in the end. But yeah, that didn't go great. But there wasn't really much to do with it. It was just very efficient player removal, 3 badly hurt linemen in the first turn, loads of tree main casualties, and loads of gang fouls, and yeah, it was a bit of a washout, one of those games. So this one was against Dwarfs, and I was there was quite a bit in the way of inducements available. I seemed to be kept rolling into lower team value teams. The last 3 matches I played, and I'd squeezed in like 3 at the end to get up to 10 games. So they took a wizard and a mercenary Longbeard with guard as inducements. I was attacking first, and just looking at here trying to get favourable blocks on the line. See if I can take out a guard. So I've got the Mighty Blow Blitzer poised to strike. Team, I've got a 3rd catcher in my team here at the moment. And pitch invasion. Pitch invasions are always going to be terrible. I think first sign this might be a bit of a dicing is I had fame advantage here and had more knocked out, more stunned from a pitch invasion. Which is kind of annoying. So touchback went straight to that catcher because my thrower was stunned. So this catcher about to just pull the ball back here to keep it safe. It was that 4 stunned on 6s and only 1 on a 5 for the Dwarfs. It's disappointing stuff. But yeah, ruins my line of scrimmage blocks. It immediately puts you on the back foot when stuff like that happens. And it's supposed to be my attack. It holds that up. I like to try and score quickly and then defend the drive, especially against a slow moving team. But yeah, not available to happen. But team at the moment is so a dodge thrower back here. This is a catcher with no levels. My strength 3 catcher who's picked up wrestle now. Who's the ones holding the ball. Blitzer over here with no levels. Wrestle lineman with no levels. Ogre's picked up guard, and we've got so it's a tackle blitzer and a block lineman. The guard blitzer and the mighty blow blitzer on that side. The Dwarfs didn't have much in the way of advances. It's just 1 guard Longbeard here. They're a heavily Longbeard team. There's 1 runner, 1 slayer, 2 blitzers. That's the journeyman, not journeyman, mercenary Longbeard with guard, and they've got 12 players as well. So I need to make any casualties. Well, I need more than 1 to start getting them below 11. And also not easy to injure. So so adjustment to the plans there. Just want to try and put this lineman down instead. Longbeard. This match a couple of weeks ago, so I think I'm going to be surprised by some of the stuff that happens in it. Lineman gets a knockdown, which is nice. And Ogre just grabbing a pushback there. Should perhaps not have followed up, but I feel like if a player's tough, it might be an idea to try and keep the players marked up so they. Because I don't want to be dodging, but it is kind of giving up probably 2 dice on my Ogre. Definitely 1, and I'm sure they can get a 2nd in. I don't mean blitzing this guy, which they're doing. Oh, they're not. They're blitzing over here, which puts more pressure on the ball. So runner with block is another advance on this. So they've got a guard Longbeard and a block runner. So 2 advances. Blitzer down and stunned. Guard Blitzer is stunned. And that's the second assist in, Dex assist in there for 2 dice on the ogre, but it's just push. So catcher back here for a bit more coverage. I want to make sure the ball is safe. At the moment, this runner can challenge the ball carrier. Got my thrower back available this turn. Ogre hitting some people. Just a push, well, knock down though. Knock down the back. Where my blitz might be this turn. I'd like to be using this player, I'd imagine. Here's my blitz. Okay, so getting this wrestle lineman back in the game. And then this player should be available to cover the ball a bit. Marks the runner. Yeah, the stun there I think makes that a bit safer, and I've put my Mighty Blow in contact there, but that's 2 dice from the lineman, who's not having a bad game. A couple of knockdowns from that lineman so far, no injuries though. I'm going to get the ball to my thrower, I think. There we go. Shifting over here, I think the Dwarfs really just looking to frustrate my attack a bit. I did leave my my blitzer available for a 2 dice hit there. He's okay though, he'll be able to stand up next turn. Runner dodging back there. A couple more players to move, but they're not going to. The Dwarfs coming over this way. Foul bonehead, so I need to make sure this space is watched because yeah, the ogre's got no tackle zone. And I imagine, am I looking here for the blitz? Going with this strength 3 catcher just to push back in there. So a quick player with catch is getting forward towards the scoring position. 3 players over here. I mean, this blitzer is in need of some support. Other catcher in here. This catcher is who I'd like to score on, really. And trying to, I think, just to use my speed advantage a bit to try and bring the game over here while the Dwarfs are all a bit tied up on this flank. But do want to watch for any coming around the back. I don't want to have problems with that later. But the runner, their quickest player, is back into the middle to cover both sides, which is a good move. And here they might be trying to free up a guard, which I do. My guard blitz has not really been able to do a lot yet. Not stunned that time, which is helpful. Yeah, so guard in there is going to give them a 2 dice block here somewhere. And that's blitzer down. Another player in there, so the Dwarfs reacting to that move pretty quickly, and outnumbering me there. I don't really have the option of switching black back over to this flank very easily. It's just really good defensive play. And blitz on my Mighty Blow blitzer there. So I need him hitting more people. He's definitely my best chance at getting players off the pitch. The high arm value I'm facing need a bit of help doing that. Just getting a couple of knockdowns. Could do with breaking some armour. And that's a stun there, which is helpful. Following up there has tied my Mighty Blow player in there. Should probably have not followed up and brought him back here to be able to use again next turn the same sort of way. Another 2 dice there on that blitzer. This catcher also has 2 dice with 2 assists. I want to make sure if this is a double skulls that this isn't a dwarf that can be freed up to have a go at the ball. He's pushed back there. And have to wrestle with that final 1 dice block. My Mighty Blow player being hit again. I need to protect this player a bit better, I think, really. Surprised that the lineman wasn't pushed to there to be pinned against the touchline and pushed off next turn. Although, actually, yeah, I remember thinking at the time I was surprised at that, and then when that blitz came in, it made perfect sense. That's a player removed and knocked out. That's a block lineman out of the game. First removal we've had, I think, isn't it? Which is actually alright against Dwarfs. You sort of expect to lose players. Ogre's a bit stranded in here. And yeah, the Dwarf's constantly able to react to any sort of attacking movements I make, looking down the flanks. And they're quite consistently going last with this mercenary. Which is very sensible, making use of reducing the risk of loner, or the importance of it. Again, they're following up. Did get an injury though, which is helpful. But I've followed up in there to leave my Mighty Blow blitzer in contact again with the dwarf, so they can quite probably get a couple of dice on him. And I've got Ogre there, re-rolled that bonehead, taking a risk on that, and getting a knockdown for it. Yeah, that's going to make it easier to get 2 dice on my Mighty Blow player. It's something I need to work on that. And this catcher perhaps looking to get down this wing. With the ball back to the centre. All my players over here are pretty locked in. And yeah, that's a failed dodge and a stun for that catcher. It's had a 4+3+ to get out with tackle players all around. Was going to be tricky. Which is why it's the last action of that turn. Blitz here from the Slayer. I think going on my Ogre. Successful Dauntless makes that 2 dice. I think it might have been one. Yeah, it would have been 1 dice if the Dauntless had failed. But got the 2 and stun on the Ogre. There's another knockdown. And this is opening up a path to my ball carrier a bit. There's a bit of a gap in here, although not really wide enough to get a dwarf through as it stands. And yeah, with the stunned players I've got over here, players tied up, my only option is starting to look like a solo run by this catcher, which is not that likely to get anywhere. So many players knocked down. I think I must start in the turn with 5 players standing. So catcher just down there to be a scoring threat, so they have to deal with him. Blitzer down this flank as well, was free to go and do that, so there's 2 scoring threats they have to try and deal with. And thrower moving way back just to make sure he's out of range of a blitz, but ready to move forward in the next turn or the turn after and hopefully make a pass. But it's going to be a bit of a job trying to free up one of these one of these scoring threats, because I'm pretty sure they're going to at least be marked. Bit of protection for my catcher there though, but plenty of free dwarfs over here who can come and deal with these threats that I'm putting in place. So my best hope at this point, I think, is trying to free up probably this catcher if possible next turn. Although it's going to be at least 2 players trying to clear off. Have my guard over here and this lineman who can maybe come and help. But yeah, it's very good defending from the Dwarfs. Using a 1 dice block there. They could probably have got another assist, that they may have other plans for these Longbeards. That's left the catcher pretty solidly marked up, and that's a tackle player in there as well now. Longbeard forward to make sure my thrower has to do something next turn. 1 dice pushback. And an annoying foul bonehead, so I'm going to have to use this blitzer as an assist here. I wanted to use the ogre and then move the blitzer afterwards. So this blitzer back here to watch this Longbeard, protects my thrower, which might buy me another turn to be able to make my pass move. And that's another scoring threat in place. So 3 players who can score. I think this one maybe as well. 2, 4, 6, 8, and yeah, that's four players who can score next turn. Although none of them are really in a kind of ideal situation to be doing that. But when they're marking up scoring threats and not giving you enough available, all I can really do is try and put as many in as possible, and that's that catcher free as well, who I can I think get deeper. So that'd be a really long pass to try and get to there. Freed up that blitzer as well. Means they have to spend players' actions on marking these up, and they can't just block them. Only one place they can use the blitz, but they use their wizard there to force me into dropping the ball. Blitz on that catcher, and tackle puts him down. I sort of wasn't expecting the wizard to come there, but it was a very effective use of it. Means I have to make dice rolls next turn, and it's going to be difficult ones. It reduces the movement of my thrower by 3 next turn, which means it's going to be an even longer pass. And yeah, they're just marking up every scoring threat that they can to make it extra difficult. And that is that catcher now unable to score. Needed to go for it before, so I still have 3 players who can do it. And a failed dodge there. I think that might just be trying to, yeah, just a last ditch move to try and go stand on the ball. So the play I now attempt, I believe, was, so thrower needs to retrieve the ball. I think what I'm looking at doing is getting this guy in the end zone. But what am I doing first? I think first I'm retrieving the ball, handing off to this blitzer. Then I want this player in the end zone and throw it to him. If I don't, yeah, I mean, it's risky leaving the catcher in the end zone because he can just be surfed. But yeah, that's really the play I've got. I think it's the best I can manage. Maybe have a couple of 2 dice blocks. Ogre actually stands up this turn, which is helpful. Straight into mark 3 players. Have 2 dice there. While scoring is the most important thing I can do this turn, it's going to be risky moves. Have one team mover left, so may as well take on these blocks while I can. So grab the ball with sure hands, but I'm going to need to go for it. And that is second one is failed, and then failed with the reroll as well. And as any Blood Bowl coach knows, it's astonishing how many go for it you fail when they're important. But that is what happened there. So just a couple of blocks left for the dwarfs. They've got two dice blocks left for them all over the place. Sure, there's much left now. Although they haven't used their blitz yet, have they? I don't think. There we go. So let's lay out on my catcher here. And yeah, had enough assists around that the ogre's guard was not relevant. No injury. So disappointed not to score on my attacking drive, but actually not doing too bad in terms of injuries, and have actually inflicted one as well. But now I have to defend against an orc attack, which is almost certainly going to be 8 turns long, with them trying to score in turn 16. So I have to have 2 guard players quite close together for a bit of mutual protection. 3 catchers back here. Having to play all 3 catchers. I'd rather not play both catchers on defence, but that's where we are. So this block lineman is knocked out. Yeah, for injured Longbeard. What was the injury actually? It's just a oh, there's a miss next game on that Longbeard. Nothing permanent. Oh, we got stuck up. There we go. So it also filled up the line of scrimmage, so even if it's a perfect defence, redeploying these linemen is not necessarily going to be that helpful. They'll still get hits on them all. But they've moved a couple back. We do get a perfect defence, okay. So I hadn't remembered that, but yeah, moving those 2 players back off the line of scrimmage does give me means I can only hit three people at most in this first turn. I think I could probably have put some guard players in here as well to make it harder to get assists here. I think that would have been better. So ogre in there means this assist wouldn't work, or they'd have to commit a guard player in there to go stand next to an ogre, which is not necessarily safe. Yeah, something I often think about. Oh yeah, offset the line of scrimmage. You know, if you get a perfect defence, you can just mirror your setup, but I think then you can see how the attacking team is set up. It gives you more opportunities to try and make things go to your advantage. So down the lineman as well, I've had to deploy a blitzer on the line of scrimmage, which was a shame. And they didn't take the block on that one though, but he's pretty solidly trapped in there. So guard player in there, and they're just claiming this this first space of my half. Oh, nice deep kick. Hadn't noticed that before really. I think the rudder will be coming back to retrieve it. Dropping it off the pitch would be quite nice here. Picks up though, no. Stays in the end zone. There's no reaching him. So ogre over to mark as many players as possible and put guard to use. Mighty blow player in on the slayer. Slayers have a lower armor value, so good target. But didn't really work out there. And then mighty blow player over here to watch that flank. We'll be trying to get a hit from him next turn, I think, as well. And then just trying to defend the width of the pitch. But it looks like I'm putting a lot of my hitting power over here. And then dodging away with that blitzer to keep me a bit safer. So I've left myself very weak on this flank. I can't remember at the time if I was trying to sort of just draw them in here and then come back and hit them. to try for the push against the touchline, or trap as many in there as I can while I get some quicker players around this flank. I think that might have been my idea, but I don't really remember now, to be honest. It certainly would be a fairly feasible strategy. Have a definite speed advantage where I could switch back my flanks a lot quicker than Dwarfs can. I think that's 2 dice on my ogre they've got there from this this Longbeard. No, just 1. Oh, of course that one can't assist. But that's an ogre down on 1 dice, no injury. And that guard mercenary with the last block again to reduce the risk of loner. So guard player in there. I think my mighty blow hit is going to be on this guy, on this guard. Marking there. So I think at this turn I'm looking at getting players around here to threaten the runner, force him to come up into this area. But I do need more coverage over here. I can't overdo it going that way. Again, that mighty blow player should not be I shouldn't be putting him in contact with a dwarf after blitzing. But my Saka catcher running through there, and that is his role with strength 3 and wrestle. And I'm sure my opponent will have identified this is the biggest threat to the ball carrier. Thrower making a block there just for a pushback. I want to not follow this up. Yep. So I do have my team split up here into sort of small groups, which may be playing working to the Dwarf's advantage really. If he can keep my team all separated up and not working together, probably going to help them get the ball through. Do have an ogre in the middle, so a bit of a tougher prospect, but if they can drive through that gap, keep my team separate, that creates the space they'll need to get the ball through. Need a bit more coverage in the middle here, something to link these groups of players together a bit better, because there are definitely gaps forming. And this is, I think I have no block over on my right flank here. That is a throw out knocked out, which is a big loss. Best ball retrieval I have, that thrower, so is a lot to be missing. So just have to go 1 dice on the mighty blow blitzer, follow up to give me a hit on that mercenary, and that's an annoying 2 dice uphill, but Dwarfs are perfectly capable of taking down big guys like that. Ogre back to his feet, but it's not going to be. It's another turn where the ogre's not doing anything. Mighty blow hit there. Again, following up to keep him based, which is what I really shouldn't be doing. So scoring through it there. I think I'm looking at blitzing this guy, following up onto the ball. Do get the knockdown. And that's that player in there. So two markers on the ball carrier. This is aggressive defending. Dwarf's pretty capable of clearing those off though. And they'll be looking to do that violently rather than dodging the ball carrier away. So dodge on that lineman. It looks like I can get another fail. Go for it there. Might as well throw a reroll at that. And there we go. Yeah, so three markers on the ball. And a foul dodge by that catcher, leaves him stunned. So this, if they can get the ball carrier free, they've got these 3 players here who've made a hole in my line now, with a lot of the strength of my team being up here, behind where the ball is. So, but they're all coming back to help rescue the ball carrier rather than drive forwards and make that or punish me for that, leaving that gap. So this lineman about to be surfed by this Slayer. And he's knocked out. Ball carrier through the initial block. So just advancing 1 square this turn, but they'll be perfectly happy with that. Happy to wait till turn 16 to get it in the end zone. And the only defensive player I've got back here is an unlevelled catcher. Yeah, really lacking in things I can do. I think this catcher might have been better plugging into gaps here to see if I can get something useful with chain pushing to threaten the ball, or this blitzer who's on the touchline. I think I should have maybe given that a bit more thought. An ogre block, bit of revenge on that long beard. Not following up to keep him available next turn to put guard to use. And my guard blitzer coming in here. So I do have a T shape here. Reroll the both down to take a skull. So all I really wanted was a pushback, so I could move the ball back a space and try and get it jammed in against the touch line, and then do something with these players. But yeah, not coming off, and then the runner is down here with the ball, and they can shield this off pretty easily. Mark up this catcher. No, actually going for the blitz on that catcher. He's knocked out. And then a marker on the ogre as well to prevent him coming to threaten the ball. And I've got to somehow make a gap in these 4 dwarfs to get some of my more effective players down here to threaten things, but it's going to be shielded off very well. And I think really all I'm doing now is trying to chase back. If I'll go for it there, which is quite helpful, but I don't think really leaves anything on. This blitzer's a long way off and needs to dodge first. Can blitz on 1 dice for 2 go for it's with a 3+ dodge. So try to leave this catcher available to score if I can get the ball. Lineman, is this a lineman chasing back? Oh, just blitzing there instead of dodging. I may have miscounted during the game, or decided the dodge was too much of a risk. Instead throw the 2 go for it's to mark the ball. Push out from the ogre, and I've got this player back here. He'll probably just 1 dice, try and 1 dice this long beard for nothing. So effectively marked up guard blitzer. This long beard starts to trace forwards. And the blitz will be on this blitzer, who's surfable from this position, but both down doesn't help with that, so ball carrier has to hit him instead and pushes him back to leave him marked. Surprised with the follow up. 4, 5, 6 does leave me 2 dice uphill on the ball. Didn't take that though. Probably would have been worth doing that with a block player. Two dice there, although I've got 1 dice here with it. No, so it wasn't worth doing that. Only a pushback there. Through my last reroll at it, but just got a pushback. So it was 1 in 3 to get that runner down. Could well have stopped the score if it had come off, so probably worth throwing the reroll at it. Most likely scenario from this position is 1-0 Dwarfs, so yeah, if I could have made it 0-0 with a successful blitz there. Dwarves might have been hard pressed to recover the ball if the runner was not available. But they've got 2 turns still from this position, and yeah, I'll almost certainly be able to work the ball free from here. So that's the blitzer moved out of the way, and I think we'll see the Slayer push this lineman towards the touchline. Potentially a blitz from this Longbeard to get him off the pitch. Yeah. That's where we stand, I think. Dodge from that blitzer. And that's plenty of protection there. Not really a lot I can do at this point. Just this blitzer back here available to try and do anything at all. So take the two dice blocks that I've got. Take the surf there, which probably not as worthwhile. Probably should have taken 2 dice on this one. No star player points for surfs. Ogre moving that way. Just give me oh no, just going for the dodge there. I don't know if I was trying to just hit this guy to try and get in the way, force him to roll more dice next turn for the score. And looks like they're going to not just run this in. They're in a... Yeah, I mean, the quad skulls here could be bad, but do get a knockdown safely. Still has a team reroll. Yeah, but nothing came of that. And that was final score 1-0. I still have a turn left, but I didn't have the players to try and chain push my way up the pitch. And the Dwarf setup didn't allow for it as well, as far as I remember. Yeah, no knocked out returning. Meant that was going to be impossible. So I've lost a few games playing in the CCL like this, but I thought I should show at least one of them rather than just showing the decent results. And actually, I've only shown you draws so far, I think. But yeah, that was a defeat. It was quite a narrow one in the end. But yeah, what turned out to be a really well used wizard. At the end of the first half, made it harder for me to score, and it was already going to be a bit of a long shot. But yeah, that was how that game went. I was mostly pleased to come out of it with no injuries. Wasn't too bad in that regard. And with the the reasons I was playing in CCL in the first place, just to play those 10 games, to play in the other competition, coming through a game without any injuries is the minimum I want, really. So that was fine. I think, am I looking to level this? Oh no, this blitzer's on 2 points, so it would put him a touchdown away from a level if he can make a pass. Another touchback. So give the ball to that blitzer and try and pass it to this catcher at some point. I think I've got a couple of blocks first. Got a mighty blow hit in. But yeah, if nothing, Dwarfs are all pretty tough. I think my ogre was trying to blitz there, but failed the bonehead. So take that 2 dice. Oh no, was he not trying to blitz? Was he trying to hit? Oh, he's trying to hit that Longbeard, who was just knocked out by the lineman instead. So throw successful. Oh, and then this catcher just putting an assist down for this catcher to try and hit this blitzer here. but nothing. So there we go. Gets another video on this playlist, which and I'm gonna put one more in as well. Plus, I'll put any Marvinvitational games that I play into it as well. Even on possession, I'm quite happy matching Dwarfs for blocks, almost for successful blocks, 51 to 50. Yeah, the extra knockouts were quite big, and then, well, actually, they only didn't come back right at the end, but they were knocking out a lot of players in the second half, which really helped them, push through my line and go grab that touchdown they needed. Quite a few star player points down, even more than the other team, and yeah, I don't think much to see. Quite a disappointing number of ones, but I feel like go for it. So weren't really throwing that many, but fouled a third of them. A lot of failed dodges, but tackle would have made my catchers' lives a bit more difficult for that. Not a great deal to see, I don't think. But yeah, so that's one more of those down. One to defeat to Dwarfs, and yeah, there's just one more to play. This was the 9th game I played with this team, and I'll have the other one. I think later this week I should be able to get it in. That was a match against Chaos, and we'll see how that went then.